South Korea is facing a demographic crisis. The nation, known for its rapid economic growth and technological advancements, is now grappling with a significant issue that could impact its future stability and prosperity. The country is not producing enough babies. Birth rates have plummeted to record lows, and the once bustling nurseries and playgrounds are now eerily quiet. This is a problem because a shrinking population can have serious consequences. A declining birth rate means fewer young people to support the aging population, leading to a potential economic slowdown and increased pressure on social services. Imagine a future with fewer workers, a strained healthcare system, and a dwindling cultural heritage. The vibrant festivals and traditions that define South Korean culture could fade away as the population ages and shrinks. This is the reality South Korea is staring at. Young adults are increasingly worried about their future, and families are feeling the weight of societal expectations and economic pressures. Why is this happening? The answer is complex, but it boils down to two main factors: money troubles and gender inequality. These issues are deeply intertwined and have created a challenging environment for young people considering starting families. South Koreans are feeling the pinch. The cost of living is skyrocketing, making it difficult for many to afford basic necessities, let alone the additional expenses that come with raising children. The cost of living is sky high, especially in big cities. Raising children is expensive. Housing, education, and healthcare costs are significant burdens on families, making it challenging for them to consider having more children. From education to healthcare, the bills add up. Parents are often faced with the difficult decision of whether they can afford to provide the best for their children, which discourages them from expanding their families. Young people are delaying marriage and having fewer children. The pressure to succeed professionally and the high cost of living are significant factors in their decision-making process. Many are choosing not to have children at all. The societal shift towards prioritizing personal and professional goals over starting a family is becoming more prevalent. It's a tough choice, but one that many feel forced to make. The fear of not being able to provide a good life for their children weighs heavily on their minds. Then there's the gender inequality problem. Despite progress in some areas, South Korean women still face significant challenges in balancing work and family life. South Korean women face pressure to be both breadwinners and homemakers. The expectation to excel in their careers while managing household responsibilities is overwhelming. They are expected to work full-time jobs and still handle most of the household chores and childcare. This double burden leaves many women feeling exhausted and less inclined to have more children. This unequal burden makes having children less appealing for women. The lack of support and shared responsibilities in households contributes to the declining birth rate. It's a no-win situation that is driving down the birth rate. The combination of financial stress and gender inequality creates an environment where starting a family is seen as a daunting and unappealing prospect. South Korea's fertility crisis is a warning sign. It highlights the urgent need for comprehensive policy changes and societal shifts to address these deep-rooted issues. It's a sign that the country needs to address its economic and social problems. Policies that support families, promote gender equality, and reduce the financial burden on young people are essential. It's time for South Korea to invest in its people, especially its women. Providing better support for working mothers, affordable childcare, and equal opportunities in the workplace can make a significant difference. The future of the nation depends on it. By addressing these issues, South Korea can create a more supportive environment for families and ensure a brighter future for the next generation. Back in the 1960s, South Korea faced a different problem. Too many people, not enough resources. The country was struggling to provide for its rapidly growing population, which was putting immense pressure on its economy and social systems. The streets were bustling with large families, and the markets were crowded with people trying to make ends meet. In response, the government launched a massive family planning campaign. This initiative was one of the most ambitious public health campaigns in the country's history. It aimed to educate the public about the benefits of having smaller families, and to provide access to contraceptives and family planning services. The message was clear: 2 is enough. This slogan became ubiquitous, appearing on posters, in public service announcements, and even in school curriculums. The government worked tirelessly to ensure that the message reached every corner of the country. The campaign was a success. Birth rates plummeted, families began to have fewer children, and the population growth rate started to decline. This shift had a profound impact on South Korean society, leading to improved living standards and economic growth. Fast forward to the 21st century, and South Korea is facing the opposite problem. The birth rate has fallen so dramatically that the country is now dealing with an aging population and a shrinking workforce. The vibrant, bustling streets of the past have given way to quieter, less crowded urban landscapes. The very policies that were put in place to control population growth are now contributing to its decline. Experts and policymakers are grappling with the unintended consequences of the past. They are trying to find ways to encourage young people to have more children, but the cultural and economic factors at play make this a complex issue. The government is trying to reverse the trend, but it's proving to be an uphill battle. Various incentives and policies have been introduced, such as financial support for families and improved childcare services, but changing societal attitudes towards family size is a slow and challenging process. The legacy of family planning in South Korea is a testament to the power of policy, but also a reminder of the need for adaptability in the face of changing demographics. The South Korean government knows there's a problem. They've been throwing money at it, but it's not working. They've offered cash bonuses for having children, subsidized childcare costs, and even given out baby products. But these measures have had little impact.
The problem is much deeper than money. It's about changing deeply ingrained cultural norms and expectations. It's about creating a society where women aren't penalized for having children. Until then, these band-aid solutions will continue to fail.
South Korean women are delaying marriage and having fewer children. Why? Because they have more choices than ever before. More women are getting educated and entering the workforce. They are climbing the career ladder and breaking glass ceilings.
But this progress comes at a cost. Juggling a career and a family is tough, especially in a society that still expects women to shoulder most of the domestic burden. Many women are choosing to prioritize their careers, even if it means delaying or foregoing motherhood.
Section 5. The Gender Gap, Korean Style. South Korea has a serious gender inequality problem. Women are paid less than men, even when they have the same qualifications. They are underrepresented in leadership positions, and they are still expected to do most of the housework and childcare. This is not just unfair, it's bad for the economy. When women are not able to fully participate in the workforce, everyone loses.
Section 6. Boys will be boys. Anti-Feminist Backlash. As women have become more vocal about their rights, there has been a backlash from some men. They feel threatened by women's progress and see feminism as an attack on their masculinity. This backlash is fueled by online forums and misogynistic rhetoric. It's creating a toxic environment for women and making it even harder to address the root causes of the fertility crisis.
Section 7. Importing Solutions, Immigration and Marriage Migration. South Korea has one of the lowest immigration rates in the developed world. Despite its advanced economy and high standard of living, the country remains relatively closed to foreign nationals. This has led to a demographic crisis, with a rapidly aging population and one of the lowest birth rates globally. The government is now exploring various strategies to address these pressing issues. Some see immigration as a potential solution to the shrinking population. By welcoming more immigrants, South Korea could rejuvenate its workforce and stimulate economic growth. International students and skilled workers are particularly seen as valuable assets. However, the societal acceptance of immigrants remains a significant hurdle. But immigration is a complex issue with its own set of challenges. There are concerns about cultural integration, social cohesion, and the potential for xenophobia. Policymakers must navigate these sensitive issues carefully to create a balanced and inclusive approach. Public opinion is divided, with some advocating for more open policies and others fearing the loss of cultural identity. It requires careful planning and integration to be successful. Programs aimed at helping immigrants learn the language, understand local customs, and find employment are crucial. Community support and government initiatives play a vital role in ensuring that newcomers can adapt and thrive in their new environment. Successful integration can lead to a more diverse and dynamic society. Another trend is marriage migration. This phenomenon has been growing over the past few decades, with more South Korean men marrying women from other countries, particularly Southeast Asia. These marriages are often facilitated by matchmaking agencies and are seen as a solution to the gender imbalance in rural areas. More South Korean men are marrying women from other countries, particularly Southeast Asia. These international marriages bring their own set of challenges and opportunities. While they can help address the demographic issues, they also require significant efforts in terms of cultural adaptation and support for the foreign spouses. This is often driven by economics and traditional gender roles. In many cases, South Korean men in rural areas find it difficult to marry local women due to economic hardships and the migration of young women to urban centers. As a result, they turn to international marriage as a viable option. These marriages can provide economic stability and fulfill traditional family roles. While it may boost the population in the short term, it also raises concerns about exploitation and cultural integration. There are instances where foreign brides face difficulties in adapting to their new lives and may experience social isolation or discrimination. Support systems, including counseling and community programs, are essential to help these families integrate successfully and build a harmonious life together.
Section 8. A Glimmer of Hope. Signs of Change. Despite the challenges, there are some glimmers of hope. The government is starting to recognize the need for more comprehensive solutions. There is growing awareness of the need for gender equality, and more companies are offering flexible work arrangements to support working parents. These are small steps, but they offer a glimmer of hope. It will take a concerted effort from the government, businesses, and individuals to reverse the fertility crisis, but it's not impossible.
Section 9. A Future on the Brink, the Urgent Need for Gender Equality. South Korea's fertility crisis is a wake-up call. It's a stark reminder that economic progress is meaningless if it comes at the cost of social well-being. The country needs to address its gender inequality problem. It needs to create a society where women are valued and supported both in the workplace and at home. The future of South Korea depends on it.